Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a match between Queen and Sexy here on Hidden Track 1.2. Top right, it is a blue Terran player, the Korean player, Sexy. And in the bottom right, we've got Queen, the orange Zerg player. Both players qualified for ASL. One did a lot better than the other one. But this is part of a replay pack that RJB got from one of these players. Once again, RJB supplying lots of entertaining replays from current players and current replays as well to balance out the old replays that I have on this channel as well. So, Hidden Track. A weird map, for sure. Eggs partially walling off the ramp to your main base. Your main base is humongous. Natural. Pretty darn standard. Ooh, can Tankstone here hit your extractor? Kinda feel like they can. Alright, man, let's see how Queen handles that if Sexy's planning something. Big open middle expansion with a lot of stuff that's desirable, but again, fully open to attacks from all sides. And just dropping tanks here, yeah. Alright. So, Hidden Track. A very, very weird map. This is, yep, a hatch first here from Queen. Under a Smurf name Woony222. I know this is legit, guys. RJB does his research, okay? So this is definitely Queen, this is definitely Sexy. APM for Sexy is insanely high. I mean, if this is some scrub, that's some impressive APM regardless. So yeah, giant 4-player map. Scouting to find your opponent, hard to do. Terry the Overlord got up here, actually. Nice job, Terry. Terry the Overlord, seeing what's up. Actually, hold up. Get out of here. Oh. GGA Moda. I forget how to say their name, sorry. Oh yeah, perfect. Terry the Overlord sees what's going on up here. Nice job, Terry. You are a hero today. And, is this a quick third? He's not scouting. Dude, wow. Wow. He's doing it. He's doing an aggressive third base at 240, depending on when these 300 minerals hit. Hot diggity. All right, that's cool. He doesn't even, there's not even an expansion here. This is... Dude, Queen is going to have such an advantage on this map. This is going, I want to say, poorly for Sexy right now. Very fast third base. He's not even expanding yet. He's walling off against early Ling pressure, but guess what? That spawning pool is not even done. The extractor is not done either. Well, I mean, it's Queen, so you're going to worry about early Ling pressure because it's going to be pretty strong, but boy, howdy. Boy, howdy. I'm liking this opening from Queen immensely. Really am. Oh my gosh, a factory. Okay, so this could actually be a way for Sexy to punish this. Right? If he was just super late on this expand, I think he'd be hurt, but... Got a factory. He's going to go for some vulture harass. It's going to be slow lings to help to deal with this, which is going to suck. Trying to block off the rent. You can't come in here. You can't see what's going on. Obviously, I mean, there's not much to see, but ooh, their timing. Getting started around 3:30. And boy, so 3 base into lair. So the Muta timing is going to be a little bit delayed. Again, based on the fact that obviously this third base exists this early. But time for a crew colony, some kind of defense against the incoming vulture, because we have exactly 2 Zerglings to defend here. Immediate sunken upgrade. Vulture's got a tiny window to get past this. The drones have to fight. Back it up, back it out, get it in range of the sunken. Sacrifice your own bodies. Okay, good. That was actually pretty good. What did we lose? 1 drone and a Zergling? Excellent, excellent trade. 2 vultures without the speed upgrade. Oh, and it's 2-port Wraith. I missed this happening. Alright, 2-port Wraith opening from Sexy. This is a great match. Okay. Hydraless Den on the way. Sunken gets some nice hits off, but can't cover this mineral line, actually. So that's another drone, 2 drones down, based on the blood splatter. I'm doing some blood splatter analysis. You can call me Dexter if you want. They're never going to kill this hatchery. I mean, yes, in 100 million years they will. But, now look at this. This Overlord is very, very important to see when these Wraiths come out. Do you see this? The answer is yes. Oh, because they come find you and kill you. So immediate hydra production, actually hydra production already happening to deal with the vultures, which are not doing too poorly for themselves, to be honest. But eventually, the vultures get cleared out. It is only 20 workers and a supply block for Queen at the moment, so Sexy doing some good stuff. So here come the Wraiths. I mean, you kill Overlords pretty quickly, but also any damage you take is extremely damaging to your ability to not die because you're Wraiths and you're made of paper airplane material, which would be paper. So, I mean, it's cute and all, but the Hydros den timing was fantastic from Queen. How did he sniff that out? I guess it's entirely possible he was just making Hydras to deal with the vultures. And then it also happened to be a pretty darn good answer to these Wraiths, too. Good Wraith control, though. Not bad on the Wraith control here. Ooh, going for Cloak. Ah, that's why we're sniping Overlords for detection purposes. But there are still, you know, Overlords around in the general vicinity, and it's going to be hard to get any Cloak Wraith damage done. Still no expansion here for Sexy at 6 minutes. Dude, I just feel like Hero wins this game. I love this. Evolution Chamber, going to toss up a spore in each base to deal with the Wraiths. Recognizes, okay, Wraith count increasing a little bit here. Odds there being Cloak, pretty good. So Evolution Chamber done. Oh, Lair's now coming up. Did he cancel Lair to go for Hydralistic Den? I bet he did. I bet he did. So there's your creep colony. Do you want one over here? I'd feel better if you had one over here, too. So Hydra's going to push a little bit. Like, you know what? If all you can do is attack us with Wraiths, I think we're okay with that. But they do have the Cloak. Any shots, you're getting your good shots. Oh, there's not a spore here at the natural. But there are 3 Overlords, which are going to be hard for the Wraiths to kill. But oh my gosh, they're doing a pretty good job of it. They're doing a pretty good job of killing all of these. Ooh, even sniping down a drone. So these, supply block on both sides of the map right now. This is a excellent match already. Yes, by all means, use all of your resources to repair the supply depot. Or we'll just send up Cloaked Wraiths to murderize you because you didn't bring any Overlords with you, did you? Well, I don't have the Overlord speed upgrade because your lair wasn't done for some time, so fair enough. Is that a... Oh, it's a spore. Love it. And this can be a spore in a pinch. He's not going to spend the resources on it now. So both players supply blocked. Finally expanding here is Sexy at 7 minutes. Really? Like, maybe they're all out of energy for Cloak. Some of them definitely are. Wow, a bunch of them definitely are. And supply block is continuing to be fairly real for Sexy here. Can you hit the... Yep, you can force the barracks back. Barracks kind of important. Can you push this bunker with this many Hydras? More Hydras coming up to join the party, so obviously Queen doesn't think they're enough yet, but they soon will be. More Wraiths, man. I've died to this before. I have died to a Terran player who just made a ton of Wraiths, killed all my stuff, and then the follow-up was a real scary, like, Marine Firebat medic style thing, and it was rough. Cloaky McCloakerson here. Overlord, yeah. I was going to say, faster Overlord movement is kind of a priority right now. You definitely want Overlords on this aggressive Hydra stuff. Lurker aspect being researched. Oh, I also do want to point out, this is a Patreon cast for patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. Those of you who are watching this in the month of June, thank you so much for supporting me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. Whack, whack, whack. Man, this is some really nice Wraith control, too. And the ad-free viewing, too. I mean, if you want a 30-plus minute ZVT between Queen and Sexy with no ads at all, patreon.com/Falcon Paladin, all right? Little as $1 per month, all it takes. If you're watching this in July, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I post new Brood War content to the channel 5 times a week. And if you want that kind of thing in your life, subscribing to the channel is a good thing to do. So, Queen's been on 3 bases for what feels like the entire game, which obviously not true, but his 3rd base was very fast. He's making macro hatches, multiple macro hatches. Going Hydro Lurker against this Wraithy stuff, which seems like a fair thing to do. There is a siege mode on the way here. So, dodging around. Where are the Overlords are coming in, but like they're lagging. I kind of feel like the Wraiths could jump on that. Oh, there are enough Wraiths. There are 11 Wraiths here. This is like Muta stacking. It's like almost enough to one-shot a Hydralisk. I think you have to bruise him a little bit first. My gosh, maybe it is just enough to volley down a fully... Oh my gosh! Absolutely insane Wraith control here. Oh, I say that, and then he loses 2 Wraiths flying over 3 Hydras. Not ideal, but, you know, pretty fantastic nevertheless. It's really blurry. It feels like it's a hallucination, right? There's multiple Wraiths. Some of them are faded, some of them are not. Very strange. So Spore in each base is going to be incredibly hyper useful right now. And again, every hit on a Wraith makes it harder for the Wraith to do its job. Queen's Nest into a hive. Back home for Queen. Haha. Queen's Nest for Queen. Dude, the Spore hits are brutal, but the one-shot of the drones is pretty good. Even with the remaining 8. Okay, 7 Hydras. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Ow, another Wraith dies. Are we done with Wraiths? Tell me we're done with Wraiths. Also, the Lurker siege is pretty insane at the front door here. Okay, there's 2 Lurkers, so not insane, but we are just meching. Just Terran fans are rejoicing. We have an academy. I think that's just for Comsat. I think the plan here is to mech his face off here against Queen, which we've seen Zerg after Zerg after Zerg after Zerg struggle mightily against the power of the Terran mech. And it makes you wonder why more Terrans don't just go straight up for the mech right away. Just to start off the game, kind of like this. I mean, we started off with 2-port Wraith, but tank production is starting now and has been going for some time. So it's definitely going to be the mech styles, which Hydras don't trade very well against, traditionally. If there are enough siege tanks that when the Hydras kind of come in range, they all get melted, then no, Hydras are not the answer. If there are just a smaller number of siege tanks, sure, the Hydras can do great. Like this number, not too scary. Really not too scary for the amount of army that we've got here, especially with the Lings. If they can jump on them unsieged, if they're not taking tank fire all the way in to close that distance. Wants to expand, does Queen, here at the left side bottom expansion, for a 4th, which would be exceptionally good as well. Wraith Ball, 6 of them, just hanging out, but we're already working on Consume. Adrenal Glands is almost done for Queen. Ugh, crikey. Crikey. This is, turning into a bit of a tough situation, I think, for both players. Nice surround on that Lurker and scan to kill it. 103 to 89 total supply in favor of the Terran. But this Lurker-Ling Hydra stuff is pretty fantastic. You just... And the Wraiths just wandered in, killing Overlord. Supply blocking Queen further here. Ooh, the Queen's Nest dying. I don't know how much that actually matters. Is Queen planning on using Queens today? If there's anyone planning on using Queen today, it's probably Queen. Also, shut down the attempt to take that 4th base, which Queen wanted to do. Spider Mines getting laid all over the place. This is when it starts getting dicey for Zerg, is when there's Spider Mines everywhere on the map. And it's really hard just to mount an attack anywhere without first being very careful to clear out the Spider Mines ahead of time. It really slows down Zerg's mobility a lot here. And there is no sunken handful of Hydras. We're going to trade pretty well, honestly. The Vultures don't have to engage, though, because they're so gosh darn zippy. But a few shots off on this 4th hatch. No. They're not killing it, but they're putting in some damage that will show up when the hatch is complete. Just sending out Vultures left and right here. Oh, we are getting Queen energy. So Gamete Meiosis being researched. So again, Queen has had some level of success using Queens against Mech. Most recently on the channel, not so much. Unfortunately, golly. This is such a weird game. I like it. I like the non-standard stuff. Thanks again, RJB. Check him out. RJB TV on the YouTubes. Tell him Falcon sent you. Leave him a comment, huh? This is largely a Vulture Wraith attack. Dark Swarm comes up. First Dark Swarm of the day. Going to help immensely. Going to push the Terran back a little bit. At least. Doesn't like what he sees there whatsoever. But we've got Defilers covering both the bottom left and the bottom right section of the map for the Zerg. Also trying to take the 6 o'clock, which would be pretty nice. But third base is already running for Sexy. These Hydras are just not, like, they're trying. They're really trying here. The Dark Swarm comes up. The Defiler gets sniped out. There's a Lurker inside Dark Swarm. This is not even in Dark Swarm. Wraiths, once again, just getting the damage done right here. Sniping drone. How many drone kills do you think Sexy has today? At least 20, I feel like. 20 seems like a reasonable estimation. Or estimate. This lurker is not covered by Dark Swarm. Although, my understanding of what's inside Dark Swarm and what's not is sometimes problematic. It's a good Dark Swarm. Unsiege the tanks. Get him out of there. Adrenal glandlings are here. Thank you for asking. Did he consume something? Oh, he consumed and then died. I did see the consume animation, and then he was toast. Alright, so the Hydras are at +2 armor, no attack upgrade. The Zerglings are at adrenal glands, no attack upgrade, +2 armor. Interesting. So he's working on both missile attack and melee attack right now. And Carapace, who's got 3 evolution chambers pumping right now. Fantastic. You don't see that a lot from Zergs. Terran taking the top left-hand base. Nicely done here by Sexy. And again, both these players qualified for ASL 11. So despite the fact that his Queen is in a pretty good position, economically especially, if you could ever take this, that'd be nice too. Sexy's a pretty scary player and very capable of winning this game, which is not anywhere close to being over. Yeah, lurkers, is that not super hot when there are a million siege tanks out? Dark Swarm is a decent answer here. But once again, if you're kind of clumped up here, the splash damage just reaches such heights with a huge number of tanks that it doesn't really matter. But I think these are split enough. The splash isn't, yeah, the splash isn't hitting. Beautiful. Really nice positioning from Queen there, to be honest with you. Pretty good stuff indeed. So top left base is done here for Sexy. Still firing away. 4 Queens in production. So he is going to try to make use of the Queens to do this. Also, there's a Vulture drop down here in the main base doing some work. And this is a sick Vulture micro as well. Meanwhile, trying to jump on top of these tanks, trying to jump on top of these tanks. Gonna kill the ones that are the most problematic. Dude, Lings, come deal with us, say the Vultures. We dare you. 2-3 kills, 1 kill on that one. Hydra's coming to deal with it. It is stopping mining in the main base quite nicely. Yeah, Sexy's doing some great stuff here. Vulture drops, fantastic. Dude, these drones are getting picked apart. 66 to 49 workers in favor of the Terran after all of this. Finally, everything gets cleared out, but we're still dealing with some Terran pressure over here on the left side. Also, some Vultures cruising around the right side. It's still not taking this base. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what he's worried about. He's got the resources for it, but he's also kind of constantly being under pressure, which, again, a good Terran player will do against a Zerg. The more pressure you can put on them, the more they have to rebuild their army, the more it's harder for them to replace drones that you're killing to get the drone count up to a super healthy level anyway, right? Trying to maybe drag spider mines into these tanks, I guess. This is just naked running into tank maneuvers. 1-1 tanks here, ladies and gentlemen. God, not even any Dark Swarms? Where are the Dark Swarms? No, we gotta go back home to Dark Swarm here, unfortunately. The Defiler makes the journey instantly, tosses up the Dark Swarm. We've got a ton of Goliaths in the mix. Ah, he knows about the Queens. I wonder if he scanned them. See all these Queens down here? That's a lot of Queens. Goliaths are going to be awesome. We've seen that as well. Who was it? Queen versus Ample. I think on Coliseum, if you missed that match. That was Queen attempting to go Queens against this mech, like this. And it didn't go super well for him there. So let's see how we do here. I mean, that is a full 12. Yeah, look at this. Ba-ba, ba-ba. Tanks getting cleared out. Broodlings doing some work here, too. Yeah, just absolutely annihilating those tanks. Beautifully done. And Sexy's got to back on out of here. These tanks still alive, but not a direct threat against this bottom left-hand base at all. Finally taking the 6 o'clock is Queen, by the way. And these tanks do get cleaned out. You know, after 11 total kills on that siege tank. Not bad. Not incredible, but also not bad. So the Queen's pulling back to their safe location. Getting more energy for more spawn broodling. Again, the problem here is that Queens, even with the energy upgrade, can't do more than 1 spawn broodling without waiting for more energy to respawn. So it's one, and then you wait for a while. Imagine a storm was enough energy to where you had to storm and then wait for a while for your second storm. Ah, incredible stuff. I mean, yes, spawn broodling is really good. Anything that one-shots other enemies super easily is gonna be pretty good. Vulture's doing some good work over here on the left side of the map. 2 against the Lings largely, which again, Zerglings don't want them to take that fight. They shouldn't want to take that fight, but it can be hard to figure out. Just more Queens. So Queen is doing their Queens, but another expansion here from Sexy. I mean, he's just absolutely macroing his heart out. Left side base at the 9 o'clock, attempted to be taken here by Queen. Vultures do find the 6 o'clock, and they're going to try to kill it. Why not? All right, they've got the +2 attack. They're throwing down spider mines, but too many hydras, I think, coming in. So they kind of have to get out of here. More hydras, going to jump on them here. And these vultures should be trapped. There's really nowhere for them to go. They're going to go down fighting, though. That's what you got to do if you're a vulture pilot. This is really scary stuff. Sending your queens out alone like this in the middle of the map. There could be Goliaths anywhere, but just doing a great job thinning out the tank count. Over and over again here, it's kind of like the Protoss way to deal with tanks. Is you got to thin that tank count out. Because if there's 30 tanks sitting outside of a base, there's really not much you can do about it. Don't have enough queens to kill them all. It's really hard to close the gap with hydras. I mean, mutas might not be a terrible idea here. Oh gosh. Vulture's back into the 6 o'clock. Just slipping by. That's all we're doing here. Just slipping in. Seriously, the number of drones that have been killed here today is mounting immensely. Oh, the irradiates on the queens, though. Ah, the irradiates on 4 of the queens. Parasites. Yeah, that's kind of I like that. So you parasite one of the science vessels, so at least you know. Oh, 2 of them, where they are. So when they're coming in, you can actually prepare for them more easily. Beautiful response here, though. Like, we're making queens, great. We're going to make science vessels to irradiate them. Irradiate does one-shot the queens, which is only fair, because they're one-shotting tanks. So something one-shotting them is just natural order and balance put to the universe. Is there a base up here? No, it's this one. That's the 12 o'clock. Okay, so this is the 12 o'clock. Sexy's had this forever. We've taken every base on the map, but the 3... The 3 o'clock, which is Zergling and an SCV, are watching over and guarding jealously. Tank positioning, setting up. The tank count, a little bit scary here. +2 attack is here. +3 is almost there as well. Just kind of moving in. Sort of moving in here. Sunken's not going to do much in this situation. Oh, focusing down the Nidus. Look at these hydras just get massacred. Look at this Defiler get irradiated instantly. It is a Terran. Just a wonderful time to be a Terran here when those tanks arrive. Beautiful job by the queens, actually. Getting a couple, like, really important to kill these tanks, even if we get irradiated. Which they're not getting irradiated for some reason. These guys are hiding too. Are you gonna, really? Okay, so these ones get irradiated. I guess you want to irradiate the ones that have enough energy to throw down a spawn broodling quickly. And with all the tanks gone, check this action out. It's all vultures remaining, but holy smokes, vultures. Alright, they're just absolutely murderizing Zerglings. They're killing lurkers pretty easily, too. Now the drones are an easy target. I'm trying to evacuate into the Nidus, but so many of them are dying regardless. Hydras can't even do anything about these vultures. They are a menace. A true menace. Dude, is Sexy just going to win this game? Spider Mine's getting huge kills. Even though these are Hydras escorted by overlords, that should never happen. This vulture's back here, been doing some work at the 6 o'clock. These vultures finally get cleaned up, but my gosh, the deaths. The deaths. What did you just irradiate? You just irradiated something. Lurkers. Cool. I'm down. This lurker is killing stuff nearby it. Not the greatest control there. Scourge going to connect on one of these science vessels. Nice. Okay, so we're using the traditional answer, which is Scourge. On these. Are we? So Zerg does have one extra base up on the Terran, which feels okay, but probably not enough against a meching Terran player here. yeah, tank firing. Scourge up, looking for something to kill. Gonna chase, but Goliath's pretty good against Scourge, it turns out. And one connection, maybe one connection. More Queen Spawn Broodling hits up here. And the Queen's getting out. They are pretty zippy. If you can get in, Spawn Broodling, and get out, you're usually going to be okay. The trick is, where are the Science Vessels when you're coming in, especially? And when you're holding still down here, where are the Science Vessels? If you don't see them coming, you're going to catch them irradiates for sure. So this is Queen. I mean, just absolutely so many Queens. Oh, Defensive Matrix up. Okay, on the Science Vessels. Very nice. So they are actually take more than one, or more than two. Scourge hits to kill. Left side base, 9 o'clock, done. Killed. Sexy took that one out. And here come the Science Vessels. They're going after more of the Queens. Got one. Oh, there are still spider mines down here. That's insane. The Queen Death now noise is a crazy one. Queens are weird, man. These broodlings fighting. They do benefit from attack upgrades, so they're never going to be incredible, but hey, just too squishy for the most part. Could irradiate there. That Queen dies to Goliaths. Engaging. Oh, trying to snipe down the Science Vessel. Spawn broodlings on everything here. It's a pretty decent attack. Tank count pretty heavy for Sexy regardless. I mean, this is... Goodness gracious. The Hydras are just outpacing the tanks, though. If you want to set up siege down there, they say, that's fine. We're going to head up and try to kill some of your bases. Oh, this little... The choke on the ramp is actually hurting the Hydra. That's quite a lot. Oh, free Science Vessel. Pretty nice stuff. Loving that. Still sending Queens up here? Kind of. Ling's running into a meat grinder is not amazing. The repair on the command center is actually enough to save it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Dude, the spider mine's doing tons of work there along with the siege tanks. Queen's doing work everywhere. We can hear the spawn broodling sound everywhere. Some Ling sunken stuff trying to hold, trying to take this base over at the 3 o'clock. That'd be really nice for Queen. If it could happen. 178 to 118 supply, though, for Sexy. This is not good for Queen. And a lot of Queen supply is in Queen's... The absolute consistency with which Sexy has been able to clear out drones today is a testament to his tenacity. 74 to 37 workers in favor of the Terran. Has not lost a base yet. Has not lost that many SCVs yet today either. He's just really kept Queen on the back foot. Over and over and over again here. His APM has been insane. It's still a high 360. Spiking into 370, spiking in 400 when things are crazy. 9 Queens on the way. I mean, the Queen Curse has been broken previously a few times, but it is still an extremely rare sight when a Zerg player going Queens takes down a meching Terran, assuming the players are pretty close in skill, which is what we are seeing here today, right? If you can take someone to 28 minutes in a macro game like this, you're pretty close in skill level. Maybe not perfectly close. Maybe, you know, one player will win 8 out of 9 times, but not bad, nevertheless. Ooh, that was a massive... Oh, that Science Vessel does take a hit there. Yeah, Goliaths are a little bit slower firing than Marines are. When Marines are protecting Science Vessels, Scourge have a much harder time making those connections. Which, again, one potential reason why we would see... Oh, this Vulture just sneaks in. Why we do not see Mech every time versus Zerg, you know? Whew, 36 drones. The 9 o'clock exists. Is not actually producing any income right now at the moment. This is a pretty scary move out. Sexy's like, yeah, go ahead. You can kill a whole bunch of my siege tanks with the spawn broodling. I'm going to show up at your house with 9 of them with the 3-3 upgrades. Let's see how that works out for you. More sets of Scourge on the way. 1 Mutalisk coming in, which usually means we've been plaguing Science Vessels, but no. I don't know. Did they get their hits? I don't know if they got their hits, ladies and gentlemen. Another push on the bottom left. Queen, there we go. Taking one down, taking another one down. Scourge taking down Science Vessels. There's 1 remaining. I don't know if the hydras can get up. Oh, there are multiple science vessels here, but big time spawn broodling hits. Is it actually going to be enough? My gosh, Queen barely holds on there, but in the meantime, Goliath took down the 9 o'clock base. So that's not good. That's actually really bad for Queen. 168 supply to 113 in favor of Los Terran. Los Terran? That's not La Terran? La Terran? I don't know, man. Whatever. He's a Terran player, that's for sure. Doing some good stuff. Siege tanks are scary. My gosh. Sexy has just been able to continually slip vultures in behind enemy lines, kill a ton of drones, force drones to retreat from their positions of mining, which they want to do. This is just, I don't know, this really is starting to feel like a Sexy win. Retaking the 9 o'clock base. See, look, the queens are moving out, and the science vessels are right here. They're just waiting. They're waiting for this to happen. They can irradiate. Multiple irradiates can be cast from a single science vessel full of energy. So science vessels kind of winning the rock paper scissors game right now. But Scourge, you know, on the other hand, pretty good. Oh my gosh, they both died. Nice! That was a great pickup from Queen. A little bit careless. I mean, honestly, to leave naked science vessels out there to be killed by Scourge, with really nobody to support them anywhere whatsoever. Bam. So irradiated, but spawn broodling up. Irradiated, but spawn broodling up. Irradiated, but spawn broodling up. Both tanks die. Tank count dropped to nothing. Goliath's showing up and being like, oh, I thought we were here to support siege tanks. No, you weren't. Okay, there are 3 siege tanks here. What a scrappy battle this one is. Queen's in a lot of trouble. Beautiful Dark Swarm. I haven't seen a lot of that today. Plague! Ooh, Plague does successfully catch 3 of the 4 science vessels here, which means I don't think that Mutalisk is still alive, but if the Muta was here, eventually have a pretty good time with these 3 science vessels. So base up, Queen desperately mining from the 9 o'clock. The 3 o'clock belongs to Sexy, though. That is not good. That is ultimately very, very bad. Lurker, eventually going to kill that Goliath. Nope, not really at all. Nothing is defending this. I just realized. I saw the orange sneaking up this way, and holy smokes, nothing is defending this. Okie doke. Fair enough. The SCVs are actually getting killed a little bit here. There's still 72 of them even after those deaths. Command center is down. Sexy decides to push left side as long as most of the army for Queen is on the right side. So tank count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Again, the Goliaths are no slouch either, right? Goliaths hit really hard. Oh, those Scourge did not even. Okay, got a hit. That's acceptable. Got a single hit. Mass Goliath is no slouch against this Hydra-ling stuff that we're seeing today out of Queen. But Spawn Broodling works on Goliaths too. They're mechanical units. I mean, it's a weird mechanic when you think about it. Big time hits. Big time hits there. I mean, yeah, just parasiting. With the remaining energy, you just toss down a parasite and bam. Yeah, just, man, this is working. This is working better for Queen than we've seen in a lot of matches where this has been attempted, but it's 188 to 96 supply. Sexy just keeps pulling further and further ahead. He's got a bank of 2,700 minerals and 600 gas. He's effectively maxed out. I mean, these bases have just been so important to him. He hasn't really lost much by way of income in this location. Vulture is cruising in to this left side base. The drones on a full evacuation route again. The Vulture play today. I know I've said how good it is multiple times, but holy smoke, Sexy's Vulture play is incroyable, as the French would say. Is Queen just going to lose this base? I don't think he can save it. Siege tanks up. It's just, how many tanks have we killed today with Spawn Broodling? Well, a lot, but you know, 6 more are here. It's 200 to 100 supply, I guess? Okay, so you wipe out the 3 o'clock again while your 9 o'clock dies again. But base trades right now are definitely favoring the Terran, and he's got another group coming around to try to secure this base. He's trying to save the command center, he's not going to be able to, but also Zerg can't stick here for very long. So losing the command center totally sucks, but the Zerg can't stay here. This is one heck of a match. This might be well getting an epic tag, honestly. Sexy's played so well. I don't want to call it early. That's a lot of... Ooh, okay. A lot of Goliaths down there. Honestly, I'm kind of wondering if a mass Goliath play might not be too bad here. Snipes a siege tank. Pulls back. How many queens are remaining in this game? 7 of them. Some of them have energy to do stuff. Most of them don't. Yeah, most of them really don't. Perhaps all of them really don't. Man, the mech army just keeps coming. Sexy is benefiting so immensely from his bases that are just not dying at the top side of the map. No dark swarms, no plagues, no disintegrations. I think this is it. It's 70 supply, 60 supply. The queens don't have enough energy to do anything. They're just dead weight here. And yeah, just the Goliaths stutter step marching their way in. Income is toast. Like, this is it. This is the income. Did another vulture sneak in there? It certainly did. It certainly did. Hatch down, drones down to 13 drones. That is your GG. There's no coming back from that, and yep, queen taps out. Might have thrown a GG into a Discord server that they were sharing, but I don't actually know, and that is amazing. Absolutely incredible stuff. What an amazing, amazing match. That's getting an epic tag for sure. And again, this is a Patreon cast. FalconPaladin.com. Wait, patreon.com/FalconPaladin. I don't actually have a website. Yeah, so, wow. 2-port Wraith opening into Mech. Maybe 4 Marines built in the entire game? Maybe 2? And yeah, just macro. Just macro, 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 macro. Pretty darn good micro as well. The Goliath with range with 3/3 can handle the queens. And yeah, once again, going queen against Mech doesn't really work out most of the time. That is for sure. Man, this base got killed 2 or 3 times. This got killed once. And again, vultures. Vultures are so very, very important if you're going Mech against Zerg. Dropping them into your main base, running past a single sunken colony in the early game, slipping right in here to just park right here and kill drones. I don't think there's a single base where there were not several drones killed in this game. That is for sure. Man, 69 workers. Mined out, mined out. Getting mined out. I mean, it was a little dicey for Sexy there, but you're up 2-1 double, right, on your opponent. 317,000 points there for Queen, 320,000 for Sexy. Ended up outproducing the Terran, 1,100 to 700, but kill death ratio about a 2-1 for the Mech. That's going to be pretty fantastic. Structures raised about even, which is not good for the Zerg player. And then just way more gas mined from Sexy. That's a little surprising. There was that much more gas mined and more minerals mined and outspent by 9,000. So yeah, if you're a Zerg player in this situation and you get outspent by your opponent and they're meching, yeah, you're just not going to win. You're just not going to win in that situation. It's just not possible. So unfortunate match for Queen there, but dang, Sexy is for real. He's a for real Terran player, guys. Qualified for ASL. Let's watch for him in the future. He is, he's going to be a terror. He's going to be a terror for sure. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.